one is a story from the Diaspora, where we share the stories of brave men and women who left their native land to pursue their dreams elsewhere. Here in this platform, they share their stories why they left their country and to pursue their dream in other countries, and the challenges they experience, during this transition in their life, how they are able to overcome these challenges and living their dreams. Basically, this platform is to inspire those who aspires, to get to where they are. To get it right. And today we'll be chatting with Elbia Cabra. Am I right? Did I pronounce your name very well?
Yes.
Oh,
Elbia.
Elbia.
Yeah.
All right, Elbia. So Elbia will be sharing her unique story with us. So hello, Elbia, once again. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So to begin, we'd like to know more about you and what you do.
So my name is Elbia. I am of Dominican descent. I was born and raised in Dominican Republic. I currently work as in the Mayor's Office of Public Engagement, assisting clients who have vouchers throughout the city, obtain permanent housing, and negotiate with management and landlords to allow these opportunities for these clients to have better housing opportunities out there.
Oh, that's great. So I understand you are the youngest director, in your area. So how did you get to this point?
It's hard. It's a long journey. I am very young, and I'm very proud to be able to put my services out there and to serve the community. I have been in every single side of the work that I do. I have been a client, I have been an advocate, I have been a service recipient. I enjoy being able to give back in a way, and hopefully be for those clients what I had hoped someone had been for me when I needed it. So it is a rewarding, but getting there was not easy.
Of course, yeah, that's true. Wow. So tell us, I was growing up in the Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic, I love my country. It's anyone who has the opportunity to go there falls in love. But I think it's the same for everyone. Like our native country is special to us. So I have a lot of great memories growing up there. I miss it a lot. Especially the warm weather when it's going here or snowing. It was great. I grew up there. I did elementary school there, and then I completed my high school. And I have a great respect for my years living there, because they formed the person that I am today. And it gave me a sense of what I wanted to accomplish in the future. So I'm proud, completely proud. And the diversity is always something that I look forward to.
So what do you look forward to going back to visit? When you go back to visit Dominican Republic, what do you look forward to?
The food.
Wow, everybody say that.
Yeah, the food. I miss the food, the flavors, how relaxed the environment is. Even though, we don't have that many things like in the United States, and they don't have services, and they don't have, like, my job doesn't really exist in my country. There is no need for vouchers or things like that. Even though there is a social need, they don't have it established. So it's different to see it. But I love when I'm there eating all, mango, salami, the rice, the beans, things that I don't necessarily enjoy here. And when I eat it here, it doesn't taste the same. I don't know why. It tastes so different.
Of course, yeah.
It's like they have a special secret in our countries, right? That only you can only taste it over there.
Of course, I know. And you get them so fresh there, before they get them shipped over here, he lost all those, added nutrients and all that.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So I hear a lot of people say that they are so intrigued, by the culture, the Caribbean culture. What is it about, the Dominican Republic specifically? What is it about the culture that people are so fascinated about?
I think it's the personality of the people. They are friendly, they are warm, but they are mostly carefree. Like Dominican Republic is one of those few countries where everything stops between noon and 2 p.m. People go to their house, they have lunch with their families, they have a little nap, and then they go back to work. It always fascinated me that they put their self and mental health before anything else. So I think that allows them to be this type of person that whatever they get, and if they don't have it, then it's okay. We also have gorgeous places. Oh my goodness, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, Samaná, all these tourist areas where people go and fall in love. They cannot believe the scenery over there. So I think it is like a little gem that still has so much potential, but people have learned to appreciate it. So hopefully more people will take the time and go visit. I know it's different when we visit another country. I fall in love every time that I go to another place. I've been to Jamaica. I love it over there. But you always have like a special
Yeah.
place for your own. So to me, when I go there, it's like the first time I'm coming back.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying they're going to Dominican Republic for vacation. They talk about the beautiful beaches and the lovely hotels. And hearing it from you, I know a lot of people will still want to go back there. For vacation or for visit. That's interesting to know. Wow. So tell me, with all your experience here in America now, if you decide one day that I want to go back to the Dominican Republic, to bring a change, what will you be bringing to the table? What change will you be implementing, in your country?
I would love for us to have something similar to what we have here, a supportive system for people who need it. I know it's very hard to create something like that in our countries because the resources are not as great as the ones that we have in the United States and especially New York, which every single service that you made, think about it, we have it. We provide everything. And if we don't provide it, we can create it for you within a few months. So something like that, I always hope for us to be able to develop a way to help. It doesn't have to be in a great scale. We don't have to provide all these the food stamps and the housing vouchers and things like that. But social service is necessary everywhere in the world. Someone that is there for you to care for you, especially when you are in your old age. Someone that can guide you, provide with at least something that make your life better. I think it will be great, and it will empower a lot of women. Education in my country is not behind many other countries, but it's not as advanced as it could be. There's a lot of women out there who are smart and they create business out of nowhere, and everything becomes a business. If they think about it, something is done, but they don't have social support. Like, they have their kids, and if they don't have family support, it's not like here that we have childcare. Daycares don't precisely exist over there unless you are from a very good area, you have money, and your class is, well out there where you can pay someone to be in your house. It doesn't really have that impact for people. You either leave your kids alone in the house and hope for the best, or you live with a neighbor, with a friend, with a family member. So all those small things that we take for granted here, it would be great to have it over there. I always hope for those.
Well, I hope someday you have the opportunity, to implement that, and bring such changes in your country. So tell us, why did you decide to leave the Dominican Republic to pursue your dreams in America? And I can see you're really, really doing good for yourself.
I have the graceful opportunity to have my father, who's a American citizen. So I already had, I was I was an American citizen born in another country, which is a weird thing for you to have, you know.
Yeah.
But when I was, when I decided to complete my college education, um, New York feel like the best area, and so I came to give it a try and get, that little diploma and then go back. That was my plan, just
Mhm.
being here, perfection my English a little bit, and be able to go back and have my full life over there. And then life happened, and I got my kids. I find myself more and more drawn to stay. And also, I find that the opportunity, once you are given the opportunity, you cannot just let it go, right?
Yeah.
Well, I felt that it was not that big of a deal to be in New York and go to school here. I did saw the value of me, Dominican, as a Dominican woman, getting an education here and being able to provide help here. So I got a little more and more involved into social services, by not only by working on it, but also by receiving them. I feel that, what, I can make a change. I can make a life here and not only do better for my kids now that I have, but also do better for my family over there and for those who are also part of the community, who are like me. You know, I felt enraged that people would say, "Well, you need to speak English. We don't translate here." Whenever I was going to an appointment, I was like, "What do you mean you don't translate? What is this? Like, how can a social worker, a caseworker say you cannot assist me because we cannot communicate? The services are there. Why are you not using them?" So those were the small things that added up for me to decide, what, this is the place to be. Let me put roots in here. And little by little, it became my life.
So what were the major challenges you encountered when you started? And what resources, helped you, overcome those challenges?
I got accepted into good schools. I am thankful that I graduated with honors from high school. I even got accepted to NYU. But the reality is that for us immigrants, being accepted into great schools is not that great thing. Like, you have to have all these scholarships. You have to work extra hard. You have to, you need to adapt to the way that they want you to be. And even with all the scholarship in the world, it's not enough for you to cover your expenses and books and food and housing. All these things are hard. So you will start downgrading those opportunities to be able to adjust for you, right? Especially when you have kids. I was like, you know what? I cannot be a full-time student. I have to take less classes. So I became from full-time to part-time and then by class. For some time, I was taking one class per semester. It was insane, but it was the need to keep going and the desire to complete this, the purpose. That was the idea when I came to this country, to get this education. And I got sidetracked, and now I have kids and a life and no diploma whatsoever. What happened, So you keep pushing and you keep trying. And I tried a few schools before I ended up studying for Metropolitan College of New York. I felt I had a family and a support system there. And that's where I got my BA in emergency management. That's where I decided that I was getting my master in public management. It came together throughout the years. It was not an easy process. It was not a straightforward process. It's not, I cannot tell you that whatever I had ambition when I first set foot here is what I'm doing today. Nothing at all. My first degree was in nutrition. That's what I took most of my classes in. I wanted to be a nutritionist. And I started switching my major into social work as I, went through all these different stages of my life. And I applied for the first time when I applied for public assistant, and the experience was so awful and so frustrating that I was like, how can you be a social worker. Like, who gave you your diploma?
Mhm.
How awful this is. So all those little things are fragments that came together to help me and push me into the direction. And even though I don't do emergency management today, I enjoy my degrees a lot. I think they provide with a sense of connection in between all the services that my clients need, all the services that we provide, and all the things that our diverse community need. There are so many people from so many places in the world. I cannot tell you how special it is to be able to work in social services. You learn a lot. You
Yeah, I
definitely do.
understand because I'm also in the field, So I was actually going to ask you, though you mentioned, you wanted to be into nutrition, you wanted to be a nutritionist, I was going to ask you if you weren't working in the social service field, what would you have been doing?
Yeah, I had this idea. I was gonna be a doctor, and my idea was to come here and get a degree in nutrition, and then go back to my country and do medical school over there because it was easier and cheaper. Like, dollars translate better into Dominican pesos. You work here hard for a year or two, and then you take your savings with you, and you are able to live there for a few years comfortably, right? So that was my initial idea. It didn't happen at all. It didn't go like that, but I that was my major dream when I was younger. I thought I was gonna be a nutritionist, and it sounded cool, coming and learning about all these things that really didn't make sense in my country because or nutrition is eating
Yeah.
a lot of food that are not that healthy. But yeah, that was my initial intention to be a nutritionist.
Oh, that's interesting to know.
A
So,
huge loop. Like, how do you end from there to here?
you know, it's amazing, and that's the unique thing about this country. It doesn't matter where your starting point is, but as long as you're determined and you surely get to somewhere, and you'll be successful just as you are. So, what advice will you give to young people, who aspired, to get to where you are today?
I have to say that it doesn't matter who tells you that you're not going to achieve it. It doesn't matter if you are the person telling yourself that you cannot achieve it. That's not true. Just keep pushing, keep going. It doesn't matter where you start or where you're going to end, as long as whatever the process brings to you and you are able to use for your own good, that's okay. It takes a long time, and it takes a lot of people saying no to you, and a lot of people saying you will not make it, or if you make it, it's not going to be as great, or doubting why are you having this position, why are you working, what are your qualifications. Like, even if you show it to them, sometimes they don't want to acknowledge that this is you. And it happens a lot for us immigrants. People believe that we come here with the sole intention of getting public assistance and living out of the system, not doing anything, or that if you are Hispanic, you are a maid. If you are African, you are home health aide. They place you in these little boxes that are not true. I had times where um, already being in the middle of my career and being in a position where it was respectable and of a level that demand that others to provide you respect, I got confused for the person who was supposed to serve the coffee a few times. I a few times I got talked in a disrespectful manner, or get the side eye when you introduce yourself and you give your title, and they look at you like, really? How? So those are the things that will make you doubt what you want and where are you going. But it doesn't really matter, because I know that when I introduce myself and some people roll their eyes, there are like 10 others that represent me, that look like me, they understand me, and they are proud. So that is the whole main idea. whatever you ended up doing and whatever you want to achieve, just do it to make yourself proud, and then make those who have assisted you, those who have helped you get there proud. You know, you cannot do it by yourself. And it's hard, but it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible.
No.
This is a land of opportunity. There are hard opportunities, and they are not all catered to us, but we can make the change. We can make the transition for all these positions who are usually for the specific group that fits the box. We can change that. And once you're there, opening the doors for the other ones that are coming behind you is critical. You know, because if it's only you, then it's lonely, and you have to adapt and you have to change in order to be part of the other ones. Why would you want to do that? Bring others that are like you so things can change and you can feel better. Immigrants have achieved so many things, and I am so proud whenever I'm in a meeting and I find someone else from the Dominican Republic. Oh, you're from there, I'm from there too. Like, what? Oh, it's so great. And it happens across culture, right? It's for all of us. It's like a happy surprise when you find someone from your country or from your culture, or someone who speaks your own language. It makes you feel accepted, and it makes you feel that it's worth it, right? Because it's not about all the bad things that happened before. Like, I could tell you how hard it was and how difficult sometimes it gets, but that doesn't really matter, you know. It matters that I'm here and this is what I have achieved, so I am very happy.
Wow. Thank you so much for that word. It doesn't matter what people think or say about you. Just do it for yourself. Do it to be proud, you know, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Thank you for your advice to those, that young man, young woman out there who will be coming across this video, you know, listen to what our guests have said today. No matter what you're going through, you know, no mountain is too high enough for you not to climb, you know. It doesn't matter what they think about you. It doesn't matter your starting point. It doesn't matter what you are going through. A lot of people have gone through that before, you know, and they succeed. So your case will not be different. Just do what you have to do for yourself and to be proud. Thank you so much, Elbia, for sharing your beautiful and unique story with us. I believe a lot of people will be inspired by, you know, your story. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for having this platform for us to come and share. You know, it is such a great and positive idea, and it makes us feel supported, and that someone out there cares about, you know, who we are and where we're going. So thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you, everyone. Those of you who will be stopping by to listen to our story from Diaspora, please don't forget to leave a comment and also share our story with others. Until I see you next time, bye for now and stay blessed.